Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another live stream. Just setting everything up before I switch over to my drawing program because I wasn't even on the right program. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is what I got so far. Today is the last day for this drawing prompt, and tomorrow I'll be moving on to the next drawing prompt. Yesterday I did a bit of the light and shadows, a very rough bit of the lights and shadows. So let's see how much I can get done. Today, I was hoping for it to look a little bit more finished than this, but I don't think it's gonna get too much better than this. Clean it up a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna get as much work as I can done on this, and then I'll be moving on to my writing program. My writing project, and then tomorrow I'll be starting the second prompt. So I'm not very happy with what it's turned out as, especially with how long it took. It has a lot of potential, but I don't know. I don't know if I just took on more than I can chew, basically, or if I just don't have enough time each day to finish a full painting. But I think this was a large project to take on. So we'll see if the other ones are any better. So I'm gonna see how much I can get done in the next hour and a half, and whatever it turns out like, that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna move on to the next drawing prompt tomorrow, and I'm gonna give it a month. I'm gonna give it the month of April, and if I have time, I'll if I have time, I'll take that time to work on this drawing prompt again, see if I can finish it any better. So right now I'm just trying to get an idea of the light and shadows, what the colors are gonna be. It's not turning out exactly how I wanted it, so I think this would need a lot more work, a lot more time than I can give it. Doing these prompts, I am hoping to improve. I don't know why I did it like that. Oh, okay, I know why. I'm hoping to improve my art skills, find my art style, and improve my speed on making a finished drawing, to later start working on my own original projects. So I'm hoping that these random drawing prompts will help me, because I tend to get art block if I'm trying to just think of something to draw or what to practice or study and work on. So it definitely helped in that part, because I never really drew a I never really took the time to try doing environments and stuff, or even backgrounds in my regular drawings. So it wasn't I didn't mind coming up with the concept, just taking it to a finished painting. But there's a lot of stuff I need to learn, even down to my drawing process. I would like to take some more time to work on my thumbnails. I worked off of 3 references, and I would have liked to give it more time and also try to get closer to the reference. I knew when I did the thumbnails that it wasn't that good at all, so I would have liked to give that more time, but my time is also very limited. I'm definitely like squeezing these in as much as I can, and I also split my time in between working on my original writing project. So out of the 3 hours that I have after work that I'm able to work on my own things, I split it between my drawing projects and my writing projects. So instead of 3 hours of drawing, I get an hour and a half. Same with the writing. I'm sure if I gave each one a full day, 3 hours a day, I probably would get further. I would have gotten even further if I just focus on one thing, but that's just not how it's working for me. I want to do both. The writing eventually will go alongside my my drawing, because I want to make my own stories and my own comics and stuff like that. So later on, the drawing will, or my novels and stuff will turn into graphic novels and a whole bunch of other products that I want to draw out and make myself. So, I'm not sure if I currently like the steps I am doing to work towards a finished project. So, sketching and stuff, that's the easy part. Then I moved on to the rough colors. That's also easy. It's like just a rough painting phase, getting an idea of what it can turn out to be. Oops, wrong one. So I did that, and I was liking how it turned out. And let me see if I can show it. Turn everything else off. And then it came to the cleaning up stage. It took too long for my liking. My sketch was also very messy. Kind of hard to see through and get a clear idea of what part would be finished and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's very messy. Before I could go to the line art, I had to clean it up way more. I was building on some of the elements, like going back to the sketching phase and cleaning up or drawing out something new before I could clean it up fully. So that's something I have to work on, making cleaner sketches that's easier to read when I'm working on it. So when I get to the cleanup phase, I'm not like having a hard time reading my own work. So after that, I did these clean lines, which I call technically the it was like a second sketch layer. It was a clean sketch rather than line art for me. So I did a clean sketch and then try to move on to what was the next step I did? Oops, wrong thing. Next step for me so I would say it was not the flat, I think it is the flat colors that I'm doing now. Well, I'm doing the shadows now, but the flat colors, which is fine. That's the easier part, other than my sketch layer, my rough colors wasn't very clear. So I didn't have a clear idea of what the final colors was gonna be. So now these are the final colors and I don't really like them. because it looks fine on the rough sketch layer. Like this, I wasn't minding the colors, but I got so many layers and so many layer modes that I couldn't get the original colors from just color picking. So I gotta do a better step of that. I did have a good idea of the shadows, so now as I'm working it out now, I'm making it up as I go. So just a bit, it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. And also doing this step, the flat colors with layer masks and things like that, it's not going how I would like. So for the next stage, I would like to use less layers and probably like almost paint it by hand really, and see if that's any better, if that's a better process for me to get some finished drawings in. Sorry for my voice. It like fluctuates a lot because like all day I hardly talk, and then I come in and try to like talk for the whole 3 hours, and my voice just be giving out on me. But for the next prompt, it should be a smaller prompt, so it should be easier to work with. It's a creature design mixing a cat and a frog. So I'm gonna start off doing some, tomorrow doing some studies, some frog studies. I'm gonna get some frog references and try to learn how to draw a frog. I haven't done so before, and then I'm gonna do the same for the cats. Then I'm gonna mix their features and see which one turns out best. I'm gonna do a few versions and see which one I want to pick, and then try to make a finished painting. And I think one of the things I want to work on is learning my toolbox shortcuts. I really need to get better at digital painting, and I think one of those things will be learning the shortcuts, so it could be a little bit faster instead of feeling like drawing traditionally, just every stroke is by hand, when there's some really useful shortcuts that I could be using to make the process faster. And I'm gonna try to do a more paint to leave version. So right here, this is like cell shading, really. That's because I won't be getting into the rendering phase too much for this one, if at all. Most likely I will not be. So that's my favorite part, but it's not gonna be a finished drawing anytime soon, so I can't say what my painting phase look like, and we'll just find out next month. but I can't really pinpoint like what was probably the main thing that I didn't do correctly to have this drawing take so long. I could say it's a few things, a bit of my time, but I did also give this drawing about a month and a half, which I would like to these to not take too long. But I worked on this for about a month and a half. Oops, went too far. So I started this on February 17th. I was hoping to finish this on the 17th. I was nowhere close to finishing this on the 17th, and now I'm still nowhere close to finishing this by the end of the month, which is today. So, but I'm still improving, I'm learning, I'm growing. This is a real big piece and it don't look bad. There's way more I wanted to do. It's definitely nowhere near finished, just because there's so much rendering, there's still so much things to add, like the details on the houses. It's probably the biggest things that make this look so flat. Extra details on the grass, and I was gonna add some extra trees, some smaller trees. So yeah, there's still a lot to do on this drawing, but I won't be able to get to, and we'll see if I'm even able to finish this. So let's see. And it's also likely because I got so unmotivated as it kept going on to work on this drawing. So the longer it took, the less I wanted to work on it. So that probably didn't help as well. But these colors are looking very well on the chocolate side. I don't like how it looks. I think that helps more. My throat hurt, like talking hurts. I usually don't talk this much. That's better, other than the tree trunk being so fluorescent. So I tried a bunch of different things on this drawing, and a lot of them didn't go so well. The line art was a big thing that it just took too long. It was tedious, it was slow. I didn't like doing the leaves. I enjoyed doing the details and stuff on the trees and stuff in the mountains, but I don't know, I'm gonna have to just try a different way. Probably paint over a sketch for the next few prompts. See if I can go without using line art. And then the next thing I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a vision board of a lot of artists that I like. I tried not to look at anybody work, but I think I'm gonna do the opposite. And try to get some inspirations and techniques that I like from other artists. hopefully that helps. My computer's trying to lag. It tends to fix itself, but I do have a few extra things open than I usually do. I was editing a video this morning and last night. It's almost ready to go up, and I'm gonna just have to drop it and not worry about it. I tend to get nervous when I post things. I need to post it and forget about it. And what else? I started working on the voiceovers, which is really the hard part for me. Editing the video or cutting down the video and adding everything else is pretty fun. Just not so much the what? Sorry. My screen went all weird and I wasn't sure why it was doing that. Did it just? I don't know. I thought it did something. I can't tell for sure. I'm always tired when I sit down to stream. Like, as soon as I sit down, I just feel it. I can't wait till tomorrow. Get to work on a new project. Get to start something new. It's hard working on the same thing, especially when it's not going well. At the beginning, I was having a lot of fun. There was a few hiccups here and there, but now that I know I'm not gonna be able to finish it, it's like my own choices, but I'm just ready to be done with this, even though I'm technically getting to the best parts. Trying to see if I'll have to close a few things. I might have to, let me do that real quick. I hope I don't have it up on the screen. On my thing, I think I do, but oh, did it close on its own? No, it didn't. Here you go. It was in the wrong spot. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, this is my favorite part. Like, I like adding the highlights and the shadows, and I like adding the mid-tones and just like diluting the color and painting it in like that and getting all these little shapes. So let's see. Do this one a bit more. the little details are where it all comes together at. This better not start this again. It was messing up last time. It's lagging a lot right now. And I think this drawing is a little too big for what I really needed, so that probably ain't help it either. A lot of things I could have done better. might just keep the whole thing lit up. And this part. I think I...
At 6:45.
Okay, let's try to see what I can do with this. Let's see, because I probably got to do it by hand anyways. This is fine. Let's see if I'm okay to fill this in. Okay. Then I want to inverse it and then erase everything else by the houses. Hard to stay in the lines. put most of this in shadows. Sorry for the noise in the background. A little bit of everything going on today. Hello. My day is going well. This painting is not doing me any favors, but my day's been good. How has your day been today? I'm so happy this is the last day on this drawing. Hopefully the next one goes better and I'll have some techniques to bring back to this painting to improve it. So I've decided that I am going to make a speed paint of this drawing, and I'm gonna just update on everything that worked, what didn't work, and all the steps getting to this. And then it'll be part 1 of the video, and then if I ever get back to it, then there'll be a part 2 of finishing this drawing and see how that goes. Let me get this grass layer. Take away the houses. Okay. And I will do it by hand a little bit. So all this can go dark. All back here. That's good. Sorry for the background noise. Let's see, where else? This one not so much. That's fine. Maybe this, bit of this. Trying to see what's gonna be in shadow and what's gonna be light. I've been trying to fix a setting on my thing because I think my system's about to play music, so I would like for it to not play on mine, but my music capture hasn't been working. Is she sick? What's going on? Let's see. Let's make a new one, see if that helps. Yes, and I'm so happy that today is the last day. Let's see. Put this one away. Okay, I think it's working. It's too loud. Sorry. And I can mute my computer. It's real loud. I'll fix the setup later. I'll keep it low. Okay, so remove this one. Okay, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Because the background noise are a little loud today. Let's see what else we can do with this. Technically this should be shadowed, but yeah, the time is passing by fast, but this time I'm actually happy for it because I'm done with this painting. So let's see. So I'm going to flip, no, I'm going to go on the trees and the branches and do that. Trees and the branches. Then I'm going to do I want them light or shadowed? Let's say this shadowed. This one technically will probably be real light. This one in shadow. And I'll keep you in the light. And then get the branches. I'm gonna just make this one white. Cause don't like that it's that bright color. Thank you. I am not, like, I don't dislike it. I just know it needs a lot more work, but I'm not willing to do that right now. So maybe when I come back to it, I'll get a fresh wave of energy to work on it, because right now I'm just over this drawing. I'm getting to my favorite part, which I could be rendering and oops, do not want that. Just this part. Yeah, so I could be painting and rendering it and making it look way better, but I ran out of time. So in this middle stage, it looks boring to me. That's probably the best way I can say it. It looks a little boring. And I know I can make it look better, but no time. I'm ready to move on, and then if I finish early, I'll come back to it. For the video I'm gonna make for this, just make it as a part 1, and then when and if I ever finish it, I'll make a part 2 of the video, because it's all recorded. So I'll have the process to put it all together. What else? Let me see. Do a bit of the wall, because that pop of teal and green is really nice. So let's do the path first. You would think it would all be let me see, when did I do that? Okay, I just did it there. The I had drawn or erased on the actual color layer than the clip, the masking layer. So I was hoping I wasn't doing that for the whole time. What else? I might darken this one. And this one's gotta be a rainbow layer as well. So it's not just pink, it'll be rainbow, and this one will be iridescent, but I feel like this one would be dark and this would be dark and this would be light. Technically that's how it should be. That's light, that's dark. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry, did I fix it or is it still too loud? Cause I have my own volume low. So if it's still too loud, let me know. Turned it down a little bit more. Okay, thank you. Yeah, as soon as it turned right on, it was like at full volume because it was a new setting. Sorry about that. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Okay, I'm gonna go on to the hill. See, I don't know if this whole thing is gonna be lit up. Probably like half like that. This, not so sure about either. Probably about that much. This is really blocking it. I don't see why it wouldn't be, other than the house part. It don't need to be there. House. There you go. Maybe about this much. The tree part is there too. The tree part should be under that. So I'll fix that later. So I'll probably do it like, can I have that? Or should I just do the whole thing? I think I'm just do the whole thing. Sorry, I had to sneeze and I ain't muting time. so let's do the wall. Thank you. I really like the teal color against these pinks and purples. Not this much as this one as much. I'm gonna take away the houses. Don't start with me. It's like every time a program make an update, things start messing up. Oh, update of their program. It's like you have to update. Houses, houses, houses. Okay, that wasn't me. My mic picks up everything. Don't mind it. Do I wanna do a little like half thing that fades in? So it could show it's rounded. Probably eventually. Trying to get a small little. That's good enough. What else? Okay, get more of the cave system, maybe. So, let's see. Take away everything else. So yeah, for this next drawing, I'm not gonna do this type of painting. I like it more or less, but it's just a little, it's not how I want to paint. I want to paint as if I was on paper, so I'm not gonna do it this way. I don't know how much light I want to put on this island. And take away the tree lights. I mean the tree leaves. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, is it 10 more minutes before we switch over? To the very edge of the mountain. Don't think I need to do this one. So let's see what it's looking like. I wanted to lighten all this whole thing. Most of this. I'll do this one. Okay. So I did have another layer for the shadows that I could double the shadows, show it. I have to darken it to multiply. Would that help? And this one is on something. Color burn. Ugh, why is it on that? Overlay. Let me see it without the purple. Not overlay. Soft light. Hard light. Hard light. Hard light is maybe better. Multiply. Probably multiply. And then show this again. Multiply. I think it's on multiply already. Yeah. And then take this, select all and erase, fill. And then I would usually add the second shadows. This whole thing was supposed to be in shadow like this one. Let's see if doing it this way is a little faster. Just to get more of an idea. Do a little bit of both. Yeah, this is the best part, getting those extra details in. This was supposed to be in shadow more, like this whole part. like where you can actually see it come together. A little harder with everything in the way. So let's see. Go into this and then start subtracting other things. Okay, a few more minutes. Yeah, it looks way better when you can add those details and a bit more variety. You can start seeing what it's supposed to look like. And now I'm having fun, and now I have to reset. Okay, so this is what I was able to get done in a month and a half. A lot of stages. Let's see what it looks like with the light and shadows. Okay. So let's see if we can go through all the stages. Let's see. I don't know where my first thumbnail is at. But this was the main rough sketch at the end. Rough colors, rough sketch, rough shadows. And then I did the line art that turned out like that, which looks really good on its own if you don't zoom in too much. And then I was able to get the flat colors in with a bit of highlights and shadows. So here it is without the lights and shadows. And then here it is with it. Thank you. It looks good, but it's gonna stay at this stage for an undetermined amount of time until I'm able to come back to it. So the time flew by quickly, so let's switch over to my writing project, and I might have to fix up my settings again. Yes, the line art though it was probably the worst part for me, came out really nice. So let me switch over and switch to my writing project. So let's see, hopefully nothing messed up. So blurred, yeah. Okay, let me just pull up my timer. Okay, so let's give a quick update for what I'm on, and then I'll start a 23 writing sprint. Depending on what time we start, I will stop the timer at 7:53. So let's see where I was on. "23-minute writing sprint." Let's see. Sorry, I have the stream on in my ear in the background, so I can make sure the sound and everything is okay, and it's on a bit of a delay for me. So let's say, okay, so I'm right here, so that puts me on page 38. No, it's further down, so on page 39 out of 41, so close to being done with chapter 7. Currently at 15,786 words in Act 2 Part 1. And then for the full story, let's see what page I'm on. So right here, that puts me on page 300 out of 302 with a total of 115,336 words. So it's almost 7:35, so let's start the timer and see how far I can get in this next hour and a half.
7:45.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the timer there. It's 7:53, and we're just gonna have a 7-minute break. 8 o'clock, we'll start another 23-minute timer, and we'll be able to go through the full 23 minutes. But let's see how much I was able to get done. 77 words, which is fine because I wrote these few pages recently, and it's not too horribly written, so that's fine. And so let's see where I was able to get to. Right about here. So that puts me at about half of page 39, nope, half of page 40 out of 41, which 41 stops at these red words because the white ones are going to be moved to a different chapter, a later chapter. So I'm almost done, and then I'll be copying and pasting a lot of words from my zero draft, so my word count is going to shoot all the way up, which is fine because I'd rather do it today than tomorrow, where my it messes with my word count too much. Because right now, if I go into my writing history, let's see. So for this month so far, I've written 14,718 words total, just about. And that's with editing, so not as many words as I usually get in a month, but that's a good amount. So from there, it's gonna jump way up because I'll be copying and pasting thousands of words. What I think I might do for the rest of these few sprints, instead, I'm going to read through this and see what part is Act 2 Part 1, because this has 108 pages, 42,198 words, and I know that's not all for Act 2 Part 1, which ends at, it's the Break Into Two, B Story, Fun and Games, and the midpoint. So I want to stop at the midpoint. I need to reread what the midpoint is. And then Act 2 Part 2 is the bad guys closing, the all is lost. I'm missing something. I'm missing a few things. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, it's the all the way to the top. Sorry for all the scrolling. Okay, so the bad guy is closing. What else? Where did I write the rest of it? All is lost, Dark Night of the Soul, and something else. All is lost. Okay, there you go. Dark Night of the Soul. Is that the last one? Is it 3? I'll have to go over that and see what else it is. I thought it was 4. quite remember what it all is. But yeah, I am going to see where Act 2 Part 1's end and then copy and paste it all, and then I'll be working on those for the next month. Yeah, it's a whole lot. These books are definitely gonna be separated, broken down. I think the main part was that the 2 prologues are really long. So, I don't know, I just write really, I just overwrite really, so I'll have to like break down the best I can. I'll do that in the next few edits. But yeah, I'm gonna finish these last 2 pages, and then I'll move over here and just start reading. So I might not get much more words today other than these few. Let's see if I can hit 100. Yeah, I'll break it up into like different volumes of different book volumes, but it'll just depend because the way I wrote this book is technically one book, and then I've left it at the end for another book to be written. So I'll just have to see where it'll break off nicely, because I'm really early in the story. But I'm already at 300 pages, but the first 2 these first few stories, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it at the beginning of the book. So I'll just have to break it up when I get to that part. But I started the timer, so another 23 minutes. Yeah, I'm still learning as I go. So I'm just writing, and then I plan to fix it later. I tend to like do stuff like I'll write first, and then I'll go back, do some more research and studying about how to format a book, and then I'll come back and fix those things.
8:50.
Okay, sorry guys, my mic had stopped working for a second, so I was talking and I don't think my mic was working. I don't know how long my mic wasn't working for. No, it was recently working, so it like just stopped not that long ago. I'm not sure why. So I was saying I was able to finish that chapter, finish those edits on those chapters. I deleted the white words that was at the bottom of that chapter. I copied and pasted it into a comment and made it into a comment and added some extra some notes on the side, so that will be moved into a later part of the story. So currently my word count is at negative 123. So I read a little bit of my story coming up. The next chapters I'll be working on. I'm trying to see where the midpoint ends. So the midpoint is a false defeat / victory, where the character is floundering in the new world or succeeding. There's a raise of the stakes and it pushed the heroes towards a real change. So that is what I'm looking for in the story, where I should end it and separate it from Act 2 Part 2. And I have to reread it before that. It's not weird. You can have it where your word count don't go negative, but I like having it, especially when I'm editing. I like to know roughly how many words I'm deleting. So I'll get it back real quick because I'm about to copy and paste hundreds of pages. Because when you're editing, you tend to delete a lot more words than you add. My zero draft is just so rough that I have to clean it up and fill in gaps, so I'm writing a lot of words. But when I get into the later edits, where it's just like the line edits and the copy edits or something, it's just fixing words, deleting like a bunch of words so you can like condense your word count. So it'll definitely be a lot more negative words once I get over to those type of edits. So at 8:30 we'll start another writing sprint. I'm gonna keep going, reading through what I have so far, and then I'm gonna copy and paste, and that's gonna be like maybe 25,000 words added. So it not evens itself out, but it evens itself out. Oh, what's the weird thing about the mic? That's not weird either. I always have to reset my mic before I have to go stream, so whichever one it was for, it is it's hard to communicate through chat, like just to have, like, I could be talking about one thing and then I move on to something else, and then the chat is usually probably talking about the last thing I was talking about. So that's one thing I'm noticing. So whichever one, both of them got it answered. The mic thing was weird, but nothing goes right with me for technology, so you know, I just fix it and move on. So it's 8:30 and I'm gonna start the timer. Don't mind me, I tend to get things wrong a lot. Jeez, girl. Girl, she I think her allergies are acting up. I hope she's not sick. I'll ask her when I'm done.
It's 8:45.
I'm hoping it's just her allergies. But she do get sick easily. Easily. Sorry for all the scrolling. I have to go all the way back to the top where the beginning is, and I found the part where Act 2 Part 1 ends. So that is 30,314 words. Huh, that's like most of the story. So go down here. Okay, so that's that last sprint done. At the last second, I was able to find the end of Act 2 Part 1 and paste it into the second draft. The first draft edits, and that added about, let me see, 41. That added about 80 pages, I think. Let me see. $78 pages added, and that's all before editing anything. And then on top of that, this is so summarized and poorly written that I am going to be adding so many words. So once again, I'm going to be reading mostly, getting rid of the structure, the story structure. I have some of the dates written out, those can go, and then I'm gonna have to really break down these big chapters. I'm going to have to add in dialogue. I suggest dialogue, but I don't have it written out in a dialogue format. And then it's so summarized, so broken up, a lot of gaps in the later half, real big paragraphs. So yeah, I have a lot more work ahead of me. I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be way more pages, but that only puts me at a total of 380 pages in my full story, with 145,527 words. And for Act 2 Part 1, before editing the rest of the chapters, it puts me at 119 words in Act 2 Part 1 with 45,977 words. So literally one act for me is usually like what other people would call a whole novel, almost 50,000 words for one act. I think I did the same for Act 1. So I am currently on Act 2 Part 1, page 41, and then I have 80 pages to edit, and we'll see how long it'll take me to edit that and how many more pages it will come up to. So yeah, in Act 1 I have 56,376 words, and that's before the prologue. So technically I've written nowhere near, but my word count is 30,191 words. I added about that many words to the draft, and minus 123 words I think it had me behind by. So I made my 500 word count mark. Let's see how many I added. I think it's gonna be the same thing. Yeah, 30,191 words. So yeah, automatically there's some things that's gonna get deleted. This whole paragraph is gonna get deleted. These bits are gonna be deleted. It's about the dates, the timeline. So yeah, I got a lot of work ahead of me. And I am basically starting this for next month, so I don't think I'll be able to edit all 80 pages in a month. I don't think I'll be able to finish Act 2 Part 1 edits in April. But we'll see how far I'll be able to get, because tomorrow is a new month, which is crazy. So I think that's so many words. It is, but that's not even how much I can write in a month when I'm just writing my zero drafts. But yeah, it's a lot of words to edit. Editing is so much slower. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining my live stream and chatting with me. I will be here tomorrow for the same time. I'll be starting my new drawing prompt. I'll be here at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll be starting my new drawing prompt, a creature design, mixing a cat and a frog, and then I'll be editing all these new words and chapters. Yep, I don't even know how long I've been editing. No, I do. I think I've been editing this story, the first draft edits. I think I've been editing it since September or the beginning of October. I think it was the beginning of October I started doing the first draft edits. But that is a tomorrow problem. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow for another live stream. Bye guys.